Welcome back to a brand new video here on Off Scratch. If you're new to this channel, don't forget you can have a look at the website where we've got a host of comprehensive golf and fitness plans to improve your game. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at how to eliminate a bit of sway, bit of slide in the golf swing.
So I think just straight away, bit of sway for if you're new to golf would be, we'd count sway as something you do in the backswing, where as a golf coach, I just look for where that right hip is sort of going over or past that right foot as a right-handed player, and the slide element would be that excessive transfer of weight this way in the downswing, and then we see the stand-up motion into the golf ball. Now actually, you might not know this, and this is what our whole idea of Off Scratch is, you might be doing this motion because you have physical limitations. So our aim today is sort of give you a taster of something you can do at home and a drill you can take to the range in your next session to help eliminate both factors.
Yeah, I think today is about just doing something really basic and helping people understand the connection of how their body works. So sometimes I think we go, oh, I'm swaying, it must be something at my hips. And quite often it's not. If you think your feet are on the ground first before we do anything. So if we break that chain down here, it quite often impacts what happens on the way up.
So what's the drill element for this?
Okay, so I've got a simple exercise with the good old red band. Really should get sponsored by the red band. We use it that much. So what I'm going to do, Alex, is I'm going to tie it to something. Okay. So obviously we're outside on the range, we're just going to use the separator of the range bays here. If you're at home, you can put it on a table leg, just make sure it's something you're not going to pull over. That's the general rule here. So if I ping this band through, and just for ease, I'm going to hold this side, and you're going to do the exercise on this side to demo. So rather than you show your backside to everybody, we'll do it this way, okay? So what I'm going to get you to do in a second is, if I sort of fold the band down here, so it's on one line like this, and that's just again to keep it a bit simple. What I want you to do is try and place the band under your big toe this. Now, if you're at home, I would recommend you do this without shoes on. It's just a little bit easier to feel.
You can feel the big toe a bit easier there.
Yeah, but this is wet, so we're not going to make you use your socks. So, little split lunge position here. And the aim of the game is to lunge without pulling the band away. Okay. So I'm going to drag the band on this side to give you a bit of tension. If it's tied to something, you wouldn't need to do that. It's just that it's not going to stay here.
So you'd pull the band out, get a bit of tension, then put your foot on it. Yeah,
exactly. Okay. So this should be quite tight. And all I'm going to get you to do is just do a basic lunge, keeping the band under the toe here. So if you ping this off,
well, I know straight away
we're going to lose it.
I'm going to get the feeling of going to the outside of my foot.
Correct.
Really, really easily.
The aim of the band is to make sure you keep the toe pushing down on the floor.
Let's have a go at this.
So if we think about it golf swing wise, we lose the toe here, we create it this way.
So I'm just thinking, going ahead into what people could feel something on the golf course here would potentially be feel a bit more pressure in your right big toe throughout that backswing.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what we sort of touched upon in our video last week, wasn't it? About talking about foot positions. And you can feel I'm giving you a little bit of tension here. And all you got to do is try and put some pressure and go down. You can feel I can see your foot wobbling, so you must be able to feel it.
I feel like I'm trying to really feel my pressure that way. I want to go like that.
Exactly, yeah. So you're trying to drive what would feel to you the big toe and the instep of your foot down into the floor.
Could you just do this with even put a sock under your foot or something?
Definitely. So what's quite good is a towel rolled up tight, a sock just folded over, even something like a door wedge, that you would pin the door open with, and it's on its slant and you can just place your toe on the... To be honest, anything.
Just to feel that pressure this way.
It's just that the band is just a nice thinness that we use.
So to bring this to life, what we're saying here is a feeling you could take straight to the golf course if you're playing today and you're thinking, all right, I ain't got time to the drill we're going to show you in a second, is in that backswing, try and feel like you've got a pressure point down into that ground and press the ball of that big toe into there. Well, straight away, I'm getting a feeling of this being almost locked in, as opposed to, okay, if I don't do that and exaggerate the opposite, somewhere around there. Yeah,
I think it just gives you that nice, strong connection. And for me, lateral sway is not a really bad thing. I think if people recover it well, it's not the end of the world. But with most golfers, what we see is, as they move across, they're kind of out of rhythm and momentum, and that when they're hitting the ball well, it's fine, you don't really notice it. But most of the time, you're getting those sort of thin, fat shots because they're not coming back onto the ball in rhythm. And I think as well, we're losing a little bit of power and speed. If you're moving this way, it's very difficult for your body to turn and then utilise that force effectively.
Back into the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely try that. That is an unbelievably simple way of, I mean, straight away there, it's something that I'm going to really focus on, and I would feel like I was turning more into here as a result of that.
Definitely.
Now, a really nice simple drill that will help you sort of bridge the gap between what we said as the playing feeling is, I want you to hit some balls away where you put left foot forward, right foot back, and you're going to go onto the toe. Now, the reason for this is, a lot of people with irons especially get behind it, we try and lift it. So I want you to line the ball up sort of just inside your big toe of your left foot, keep the pressure, and think about that pressure point now on the opposite foot into that right sort of ball of the foot. Make some sort of half swings back, half swings through. You will feel a lot more centered around your ball, and maybe even for a lot of you will feel a little bit this way. So have a look. This is exactly what we're going to say is the suggestion of how we're going to hit that. Something like this, really back and through. And think about the tempo I did that with there. Now, like, I didn't try and hit it too hard, did I?
Yeah, well, I don't think you can really, can you? If you try and smash that, you're definitely going to fall over.
And it's amazing how much better that strike gets. I can definitely feel a more downwards hit. That would, again, if you think about this logically, if I'm locking this in here, I can't sway. My weight's already there, I can't go any further. Yeah. So it forces us to be a bit more this way through the hit. Make sure you try both of those elements and take that feeling of the pressure in that right big toe as a right-handed golfer, left big toe as a left-handed golfer for the backswing. And you know what? I really think that'll have a really good impact on your game.